From the beautiful Field of Dreams in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, RCN Television presents the Blue Mountain League Game of the Week. Tonight's matchup features the Hellertown Royals, currently in first place on a 12-game winning streak. They are 12-1 overall, taking on the team in seventh place right now, the Bethlehem Cardinals. They find themselves 5-7 on the season. Hello, everyone. I'm Gary Laubach, along with Dick Tracy and Chris Michael, as we welcome you to our Tuesday game of the week. Again, we'll be back next week with a look at the Lafayette Ambassador Falcons over at Easton High School as they'll be taking on Limeport. Tonight, though, a great matchup. These two teams have already gone at each other once this year. It was a terrific 2-1 baseball game. We expect the same as long as the weather allows us to play the ball game. There certainly are going to be some thunderstorms around us. Right now, things look pretty stable. And Dick Tracy, talk about a team that's stable. The Hellertown Royals, over the years, Dick, 9 Blue Mountain League playoff appearances. They've won 3 titles. They just have had spectacular season after spectacular season. And maybe this might be their best ever at 12-1.
Yeah, you're talking about a team, Gary, that owns the highest record winning percentage in history, 29-3 in one of their championship years. But what you like about this outfit, and it starts with Surfaz. Surfaz, great manager, been around the game, been around this Blue Mountain League in eternity, you know. But what he has done is he has compiled like a feeder system, almost like your high school. You know, they always had that great nucleus, but they're able to pick up enough rookies to watch, imitate, and learn the way they do it.
They were the best team in regular season last year with a 25-10 record. The year before, Dick, 29-3. You talk about Bob Zerfas. He is 45 years in the league, 31 years as a manager. It's a guy who actually I played college baseball with at Moravian College. He was a terrific pitcher back then, but he just absolutely loves this game.
Gary, he can stand at the plate, call timeout, and say, where do you want me to hit? That's the way he rules the game.
All right, let's turn our attention now to the Bethlehem Cardinals. And Chris Michael, here's a team that has become used to winning. They're only 5 years old in this league, but they're in the playoffs the last 2 years. They're not off to a great start, but you kind of expect them to start getting themselves on a winning streak. Right now, they're on a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, certainly they found a way to win the last 3 years, as you mentioned, getting to the playoffs. They haven't gotten to the championship game yet, which is they like to take it one step further. However, this year, as opposed to previous years, they've been basing their offense on some big boppers in the lineup. So far, they're not quite getting that offense, but a good sign for them tonight. They have Jason Sigley throwing, who's been one of their top pitchers the last couple of years, and a guy that throws strikes. He's averaging over a strikeout per inning this year, and last year he struck out 84 batters in just 57 innings.
Chris Sewell, who currently manages the team and has always managed this team, he formed the club in 2002. It's nice to be a leader by example. He's the leading hitter on this baseball team, good third baseman, so he gets the job done mentally in the dugout and physically out on the field.
Yeah, he anchors the lineup. He bats cleanup for them, and as you said, batting 400, and he came from the Martin Creek Creekers, so he's used to winning, and that's something you can't teach. When you have someone that comes from the background of winning, they just find ways to win ball games, and Chris Sewell has been the anchor, in this case, both literally on and off the field.
We're going to see 2 terrific pitchers here tonight. Jason Sigley will go for the Cardinals. Rocky Jancarelli, who has yet to give up a run in the Blue Mountain League, will go for the Royals. It's a beauty. The Hellertown Royals taking on the Bethlehem Cardinals. We'll have the first pitch and our starting lineups right after this timeout. Welcome back to the Blue Mountain League Game of the Week. Gary Laubach and Dick Tracy. Chris will be joining us in the 3rd inning. And let's take a look at the Hellertown Royals starting batting order. They will lead it off with a young man that had a great career at Lafayette College, number 23, James Conrad. He'll play right field. Batting second, number 16, John Stanzenko. He is the center fielder. Batting third is number 3, Chris Grinovitsky. He'll play shortstop. Batting fourth, number 7, Mark Nicholas, the third baseman. Batting fifth is number 5, Ian Burley, the left fielder, another Lafayette product. Batting sixth, number 25, Brad Weiss. He'll be behind home plate, the catcher. Batting seventh, number 8, Scott Nicholas. He's the first baseman. And batting eighth, number 10, Chris Connors. He'll play second base and the DH, fresh off a Carpenter Cup game today. Out of Southern Lehigh, number 4, Jeremy Hawes, the designated hitter. Defensively, this is what the Cardinals will look like. At first base, Mike Palos. At second base, Anthony Badillo. The shortstop is Andy Pitsillis, and at third base is Chris Sewell. Across the outfield, in left is P.J. Yoder. In center field, J.T. Bratoski. And in right field, Mark Washburn. Behind home plate is Jay Rothenhausler. And out on the mound is Jason Sigley out of North Carolina Wesleyan. 3 years in the Blue Mountain League, 29 innings pitched. He's given up 11 runs, 18 hits, 14 walks. He has struck out 30. He's 2-1 on the season and has a run against average. They don't keep an earned run average in the Blue Mountain League. So he has a run against average of 2.66. We'll look at James Conrad, who will step in, batting 167, just a couple of base hits here in the Blue Mountain League with a double, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs, and a couple of stolen bases. But I can guarantee you that if James gets on, he'll get, or try to get, a couple of more. He is just a fabulous base runner. Jim Hine and Matt Funk combined for a 4-hitter the first time these two teams went at it, as Hellertown beat the Cardinals by a 2-1 score. We've got a strong wind kind of blowing in. It's going to be hard to hit the ball out of here tonight. Strike one to Conrad.
Conrad does represent the speed on the base paths, Gary, and as you said, his knowledge to run the bases, and get himself in position to score is why he's batting in the leadoff spot.
This is his first year in the Blue Mountain League, and obviously it takes a little while because these guys are veterans, wily, and in particular, a guy like Jason Sigley can really pitch. Here's the 1-1 count. And that's strike 2 with a good fastball, and Dick, he can bring it.
Yeah, both teams be representative of a good speed from the mound, that good number 1.
That ball stays up high. Looked like he was trying to throw a curveball that did not break. 2-2 to Conrad.
Big man, Gary. Sigley is a big man.
And so is Jancarelli, so we'll see 2 good-sized pitchers on the mound tonight. 3-2 count now to Conrad, a guy you don't want to put on. He'll foul this one off. I don't think it's going to stay in the park. It will not, and the count will stay 3-2. Hellertown with the best regular season record last year, 25-10, but they were beaten in the semifinals as they lost the starters. And the Cardinals also beaten in the semifinals last year by eventual champions, Martins Creek.
9 finals. Boy, that's indicative of their history in this league.
And that's going to be ball 4, and Conrad is a leadoff walk and putting some pressure here on Jay Rothenhausler, as Conrad is a threat to run on any pitch.
And get a look early at Rothenhausler's arm.
Here's John Stazenko, 270 on the season with 10 hits, a couple of doubles, a triple, 8 runs scored, 6 RBIs, and 7 stolen bases. One wonder what's in the mind of Bob Zerfas tonight with the threat of thunderstorms. And of course, the threat of a shortened ball game. Might he be playing for an early run or two? No sign of Stazenko around to bunt on ball 1. There goes the runner. You normally, at least Lafayette didn't, you normally don't have to bunt Conrad to second base. He'll find a way to get there, Dick.
Yeah, and you're talking to Stazenko, man, at the plate with 7 stolen bases. Oh, Conrad got a real good jump. Might have had that one stolen.
In the Patriot League Championships this past year against Army, Conrad, the pitcher turned his back on him, Dick, when he was on second base, and before the pitcher knew it, he was standing on third. There he tries to bunt it. That's going to be strike 2.
Had a good effort there. Didn't give himself up, showed it late, probably looking for a bunt hit, and just got nothing at all.
James was on his own as a leopard. He could run when he felt he could get to second base. Don't know if that's the same situation here. He's not running, and the ball fouled off, and the count stays 1-2. And Dick, they just fouled one off our truck. If they want us to keep doing games, they got to stop hitting the equipment.
He's scored early.
Speaking of not scoring early, Dick, the refreshment stand not open. They missed a call, and they don't know how our crew eats.
Well, they were chewing bark off the one tree when I came.
They could have made their budget tonight just by feeding the crew. Count 1-2.
That poor tree will have no foliage left by the end of the game.
There goes Conrad. That ball is a high chopper. It's going to be a tough play for Sewell. Chris barehands it. Boy, he played it as well as you can play it. It's going to be a base hit, but that's just because of the height of the hop. Because Chris Sewell, Dick, played it perfectly.
Tell you, Gary, you've seen some pretty good speed going to the bases. And the advancement right here. There's the monster hop. Didn't try to come in and field it on the big hop. Instead, barehanded the extra one, but too late. No chance to get Stazenko.
So Hellertown threatening early here with a walk and an infield chopper. That will bring up Chris Grinovitsky. Chris is 17 for 34 on the season, a 500 average, 7 doubles, 10 runs scored.
Oh,
there
look
goes
at Conrad.
And he will steal third base, and he's going to get himself home. That's what Conrad can do. That will be a stolen base,
Look at this.
an error, and another error. So we'll give him a stolen base to third, an error on the catcher to allow him to come home, and then an error on the left fielder to allow Stazenko to go to third base. Another look, Richard.
Yeah, and they're not even advancing the man from second here, guys. This is not a double steal. As you said, green light on the bases, and boy, he showed what a jump.
0-1.
So Conrad legs the first run across. And down at third base, Stazenko. 1-0 pitch. There's a good curveball, 1-1.
Grinovitsky comes up to the plate with men on first and third.
0-2.
Looks up after one pitch, man on third, one in.
The Royals have been unbelievably tough at 12-1, naturally, with 12 in a row, without having Conrad be a real factor. Imagine if he gets hot, because he just manufactures runs. 1-2 to Grinovitsky.
That was 3, huh?
Grinovitsky's going to go to the left.
Yeah. No,
This is Nicholas. That was the third strike.
Yep.
All right, so the board had the count incorrect. And Grinovitsky is a one-out strikeout victim on the swing. So the first strikeout by Sigley. Here's Mark Nicholas. Strike one to him, comes in batting .278 with 10 base hits. A home run, 2 runs scored, 7 RBIs. And all he wants to do, Dick, is make some contact to the right side of the infield.
Yeah.
Gets Stazenko in.
You know, that the biggest rule in baseball, Gary, 2 outs, less than 2 outs, man on third must score. And in jeopardy right now. 0-2 count.
He does hit it to the right side, but it is knocked down by his dad. That's Carl Nicholas, the third base coach for the Royals. Mark's brother also in the lineup. That's Scott Nicholas, a couple of Wilson High guys. And the count stays 0-2, 1 down, 1 run in. Top of the first inning. Glad you're with us for the Blue Mountain League Game of the Week. That's hit hard enough. That could be troublesome. It looks like Bertosky has a beat on it. And he'll make the long throw home. And he's got a strong arm and not a bad throw at all. But scoring rather easily is Stazenko on the sacrifice fly. And Hellertown up by a 2-0 score.
He got bad up the line.
Interesting there, Gary. They did not. And again, with the weather factor, had the infield up. They were giving up that run and certainly did in this shot. Watch his arm. Little rocket there. High and lengthy.
He's a lot better from 60 feet 6 inches.
Yeah.
JT Brodowski, one of the better pitchers in this league. Ian Burley steps in. Left fielder comes in batting .219. Ball 1. 7 base hits. He's got a triple and a home run. 6 runs scored and 5 RBIs. Ian Burley, also of Lafayette, hits it down to third base. Sewell has no problems. And the lob over to first. And the first half inning comes to a close, but not before Hellertown puts up 2 runs. They do it with just 1 base hit. There are a couple of errors in the inning and nobody left on base. At the end of 1 half, it's Hellertown 2 and the Bethlehem Cardinals nothing. We move to the batting order for the Cardinals. They will lead it off with number 5, Mike Palos. He'll play first base. Batting second, number 8, Andy Pitsillis, the Liberty baseball coach. He'll play shortstop. Batting third, number 9, Jay Rothenhausler. He's the catcher. Batting fourth, number 20, Chris Sewell, the third baseman. Batting fifth will be number 14, Mark Washburn, the right fielder. Batting sixth, number 44, P.J. Yoder. He's the left fielder. Batting seventh, number 13, Scott Thomas. He is the designated hitter. Batting eighth, number 32, J.T. Bratoski, center fielder. Batting ninth, number 27, Anthony Badillo. He is the second baseman. Defensively, the Royals look like this. At first base, Scott Nicholas. Second base is Chris Connors. At shortstop is Chris Grinovisky. At third base, Mark Nicholas. Ian Burley is in left field. John Stasenko is in center, and James Conrad is in right field. Behind home plate is Brad Weiss. And out on the mound is Rocky Jancarelli. He has been as steady for the Royals as any pitcher can possibly be over the years. 9 years in the Blue Mountain League. Rocky comes in with 21 2/3 innings under his belt. He has not given up a run. 10 hits, 5 walks, 13 strikeouts. 3-0 on the season, and that obviously is a 0.00 earned run average.
Like a good wine, Gary. Better with age. After 9 years to go to a 0.00 in ERA tune. Wow.
So Mike Palos will step in and lead it off for the Cardinals. Palos with a .222 batting average, 6 base hits, all of them singles, 6 runs scored. He's got an RBI, and you can hear the wind. It is kicking up. We've seen no sign of lightning, and in fact, the weather hasn't changed much at all since we got here. And they're talking thunderstorms, but they're talking about maybe 8 o'clock or so scattered around the area.
Talk about Hellertown in the top of that inning. They played it 2. Showed us an example of why they are in first place. First 2 runners on base, and Conrad just led the onslaught on the bases.
You can just flip it to me.
2 stolen bases.
So 2 minutes.
The first pitch to Palos from Jancarelli is going to be a strike 1, and that's a good fastball. Rocky's always been a strong pitcher, good curveball, good fastball. And there's that good curve. Dickey showed him both. The good fastball, and that was a big curveball.
Yeah, you really don't have time to measure this thing. Each one's a strike. There's 1 and 2 pitches.
Oh.
Ooh. Didn't miss by much, Gary.
Rocky has a special place in our RCN heart, Dick. He is one of our sales managers. And it seems like anytime it's going to be an RCN broadcast, Jancarelli is put out on the mound for the Royals. Hoping to get some sales, maybe. Here's the 2-2 count. And that's going to be low and outside. And I don't think we introduced the umpires to you. We'll do that after the first batter. The 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be a little low, ball 4. So both pitchers walked the leadoff batter to start the ball game. Let's give you the umpires, the guys in blue. There you look at the man behind home plate. That's Scott Clement. And along the first base line is Joe Shaw. Andy Pizzilla steps in, batting .265 with 9 base hits. He has a triple on the year, 4 runs scored, and a couple of RBIs. In the dirt, nice stop by Weiss.
Like Palos, not your typical leadoff man, does come back from an 0-2 count. Draws the walk. The year they went to the final, Gary, he had 32 walks to lead the league.
Brad Weiss, another Lafayette College player from Blair Academy, and he made a nice defensive stop on that ball. Fouled back, and the count evened up at 1-1. First base Palos. Is he a threat to go? He's got 2 stolen bases on the year. I think it's nice to have a left-hander second batter if your leadoff man gets on, because his job to hit behind Palos.
Look at that hole created for him too. First baseman holds. Andy can pull it.
And again fouled off. 1-2.
Palos with a good fake on the steal that time.
1-2.
330 down the left field line, 360 to left center. 380 to straightaway center field, and it's perfectly proportional here. 360 to right center and 330 down the right field line. As nice a ball field as you can find in the dirt. And Weiss again keeps it in front of him. The count evened up at 2-2. Palos not gone anywhere.
No, had a notion. Held it up when there was good defensive play by Weiss.
Mike Palos, also a Lafayette College graduate, but he was not a baseball player at Lafayette. He was a football player.
He launched.
Played a little quarterback, played a little tight end. Down a second, double play ball perhaps. Connors flips the ball to Grinovitsky, and he gets upended by Palos. Mike took him out of the play, and let's hope Grinovitsky is all right. He gets up slowly. I know we're going to get another look at this play. It's certainly a clean play, and Dick, I thought the toss might have been a little bit slow.
It was. The toss was errant. The toss was errant from second base.
Here it is.
It was tailor-made. He like shuffled it 2 hands.
Yeah, it didn't get to him properly. That'll be a fielder's choice. So not a good flip of the baseball. Palos is erased. Pitsillas on first. Ball 1 to Jay Rothenhausler. 293 on the year with 9 base hits. He has a home run. 4 runs scored, 6 RBIs.
And what will occur in the field, we simply switch from Becker to Liberty. Palos to Pitsillas.
There you go.
Oh, that helped. That helped and got the strike.
Rothenhausler, we were given number 9 for him, but he is wearing number 10. And the count 1-1 on the appeal. Just outside, 2-1. Nice crowd on hand for this ball game. Certainly one of the top games in the Blue Mountain League tonight. That ball has a chance of being fair. It will be. Nope, just foul. Chasing after it is Burley, kind of blocked by the roof of the dugout down that line. And the count evened up at 2-2.
You'll see it here, got a good shot. It's drifting, but you're right, Gary, pretty close.
Other games being played tonight. Lineport at Martins Creek. The Falcons are at the Clippers. And Northampton at Starters. So a full slate of baseball tonight in the Blue Mountain League. 2-2 count. That ball punched out into left field. Burley makes the catch.
Twice he's gone that way. One-time foul. This one lofted a little bit too much. Plenty of time. No advancement.
That will bring up cleanup hitter Chris Sewell. Batting .400, leading the team, except for Yoder, who's 1 for 2. Sewell, 14 base hits. He has a double. 2 home runs. No, 2 runs scored. 9 RBIs on the year. And Pitsillas gets chased back. Sewell hits it up the middle. It's got a chance to get through. Great play. Grinovitsky with a terrific play at shortstop as he dives to pick it up on the fielder's choice. Dick, take us through it.
Yeah, we see it here. It's headed toward the middle, Gary. Now, if somehow Pitsillas would have got the start earlier, Gary, they'd have never gotten the runner at first. Instead, great hands.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base at the end of 1. It's the Royals up by a 2-0 score. Embassy Bank for the Lehigh Valley is your home team. They're with us tonight, delivering its customer-first approach and setting a whole new standard for banking in the Lehigh Valley. As your community bank, Embassy Bank is committed to attentive one-to-one service, innovative customized banking solutions, local decision-making. Call or stop in today to experience Embassy Bank's unique customer-focused philosophy. With Embassy Bank on your team, you'll hit a home run every time. Also with us tonight is Barry Root Orthopedic Institute, specializing in the orthopedic surgical care of the foot, ankle, heel, and knee. Barry Root is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon. He's foot and ankle fellowship trained, advanced surgical techniques for the foot, the ankle, and the knee. Diabetic foot care, including diabetic shoes and custom diabetic orthotic fabrication. Shockwave therapy for the heel and for arch pain. Mini incision, gender-specific total knee replacements. All of that at Barry Root, his Orthopedic Institute for the foot, the ankle, and the knee.
Saw that first inning, Hellertown able to manufacture runs on the board. They got one ball out of the infield with the sacrifice fly by Nicholas, but good base running by Conrad, the leader.
So we'll go to batters 6, 7, and 8 for Hellertown. Brad Weiss will lead it off. Brad comes in batting .375 with 9 base hits, a couple of doubles, and a home run. He has 4 runs scored and 4 RBIs. And he'll hit the ball to shortstop. Fitzsilis is there, soft hands, long throw, out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Tell you, the defenders love that as much as the pitcher does. 1 pitch out, sitting up front, lean in front instead of rocking back when it's ball after ball. That's a help.
Andy Fitzsilis, a chip off the old block. His dad was a shortstop. George Fitzsilis, Bob Zerfoss, and I, Dick, all played at Moravian at the same time. Here's Scott Nicholas, 167 on the season, 4 hits, a double, 3 runs scored, and a couple of RBIs. In the dirt, ball 1.
Nicholas does not offer at that one. These are brothers, and they're both lefty swingers.
And that one low, ball 2. Sigley made 1 mistake in the first inning. He walked Conrad. That got the ball rolling for Hellertown. That's low, ball 3, 3-0.
Started the game with Conrad the same way. 4 straight. See what happens here.
That's a strike. 3-1.
No, it's a low guy.
Oh. Looked good from up here, but not called a strike down there. So that's the 2nd walk of the ball game, and that will bring up Chris Connors. Good batting average of .345 with 10 base hits, a couple of doubles, 6 runs scored, and 4 RBIs. Fouls it off, strike 1.
Obviously, Gary, a good contact hitter. He's a guy you certainly don't mind doing something with a base runner.
Weiss does not have a stolen base. Oh, 1-1.
Not missing by much. It's over the plate, but a little bit low.
And Scott Clement not giving that low pitch. He's been consistent with it. That's up high. 2-1.
Well, somewhere in the middle. Count in your favor. Good time to run him, Gary.
JT Bertosky pitched the first ball game against Hellertown. That ball hit hard. That was up, and it's going to be a foul ball. Ow! It was up around his eyes, Dick, and he really turned on it. Couldn't keep it in the park. 2-2.
No batters count, so he goes through his pitch. He must like those eye-level shots. Got around on it.
Wind blowing in from right field. Not sure anybody can get the ball out of here tonight from the right field line over to center field. 2-2, 1 out. Runner on first, and Scott Nicholas. And Hellertown up by a 2-0 score. Ooh, got him leaning a little.
Good quick move.
The 2-2, he's running. And that's it right at the second base. Oh, he dropped the ball. Right at Anthony Badillo. It was a tailor-made double play, and Badillo never made the catch. That'll be an error on the second baseman. 3rd error of the game by the Cardinals. And all the way to third base goes Scott Nicholas. It was hit hard, but it should have been caught.
Let's see if he's thrown to first base already. I don't know.
Sometimes they come off the bat like a knuckleball. It looked like he couldn't believe he didn't catch it. So now runners on the corners with one out. And here is Jeremy Hawes. We said Hawes played in the Carpenter Cup today. We don't know the result of that game. Don't know if they won or not. Strike one to Hawes. Jeremy, of course, played for Southern Lehigh this past season. Good baseball player.
He got the high strike that time.
Comes in with a 200 batting average, 1 base hit. Here's a ground ball, maybe double play, picked up by Badillo over to shortstop Fitzsilis, not in time, and that'll get a run in. So it'll be an RBI for Hawes on the fielder's choice. It will erase Connors from the base paths, and Scott Nicholas will score run number 3.
A little bit of hesitation. I don't know if he brought it into his stomach or not, Gary, but when he did, that split second enabled Hawes. Difference between an RBI and none.
Yeah, kind of got caught up in his uniform, it appeared. There's a bunt, and out in front, and a nice play by Jay Rothland-Hausler. As Conrad tries to lay it down, hit it right in front of the plate, so the bunt is unsuccessful. But another run scored in the inning for Hellertown. Another look at it, Dick.
You see it here, gets it in front of the plate. Rids the mask, throws to the inside of the bag, get him by a step.
So of the 3 runs that are scored, only one of those runs is an earned run, but that doesn't matter. It's a 3-0 lead in favor of Hellertown. We're going to call a timeout. We'll be back with the bottom of the seconds. They were Rad Realtors. George Rad, the broker, Chris Rad, the realtor, and Greg Rad, the realtor. Dave Rooney also in that office. 484-347-4126 for residential, commercial, industrial, multifamily investments, and new construction. Just go to Harvey Z. Rad Realtors, family owned and operated for over 45 years. They're located at 1505 South 4th Street in Allentown. Again, the number 610-433-5551, Harvey Rad Realtors. Batters 5, 6, and 7 to get their first look at Rocky Jancarelli. Mark Washburn steps in with a .263 average. He has 10 base hits, strike 1, 1 double, a run scored, and 4 RBIs on the season. Washburn, Yoder, and Thomas. And that strike, boy, Dick, both those pitches exactly the same place.
Exactly. Repeated one pitch with a 2 right there. Got it on that corner, a little bit outside, has been a hole.
The 0-2. And that's a foul ball. The count will stay 0-2.
Same area, same location. Little breaking ball that time. Washburn able to get a piece. Stay alive.
The 0-2 pitch. Up high on the curveball, 1-2. Jancarelli gave up a walk in the first and then took care of business. Got the Cardinals 1-2-3 after that walk. And a swing and a miss. His first strikeout of the game. That is strikeout number 14 on the season.
Watch here, stays right in the same location. Going to get it on the outside corner.
Boy, every one of those strikes was the exact same spot. Here's P.J.
Go
Yoder.
to the scouting report on that one. Go to the book.
Yoder comes in 1 for 2 on the year. Just joining the ball club. That 1 base hit was good enough to drive in 2 runs. Takes a bunt, sees the curveball, strike 1.
A lot of times batters, especially lefties, give themselves up and, show something. So they get a better look at that pitch leaning in.
That could be a Texas League single if it drops. Oh, no. Boy, Burley had a shot at it, and it just kind of went through his glove or under his glove. They'll score that a double, I'm sure. It looked like Burley was going to make the play. He appeared to be there and just never came up with the baseball. Take another look at it.
Let's watch this one. He's coming. He has it. I thought he had the range. I really did. And then it gets by him for that extra base.
Just got under his glove. Here's Scott Thomas, 229 with 8 base hits, a double, a run scored, and a couple of RBIs. Boy, Yoder gets a base hit and raises his average to 667. Now 2 for 3 on the year. Strike one.
Now he goes to the inside corner. Good spot pitching for strikes.
Timeout called. Scott Thomas been around for a while, 16 years in the Blue Mountain League. There's some guys with amazing numbers, though. When you look at Zerfaznik, 45 years in the Blue Mountain League. He's still on the roster. They need a pinch hitter. And his assistant coach has been around quite a while himself, 19 years for Jeff Laporta. We'll talk about Jeff when we get to the Blue Mountain League report. Jeff had himself quite a ball game the other day. The 0-1. Down to second base. Should be an easy play for Connors. And that'll be out number 2. Chris Connors with the play at second. Moving to third base is Yoder.
Any kind of misplay, infield hit, ball dunked in the outfield, scores that run.
Here's JT Bertosky, former Liberty pitcher. 318 on the year, 7 hits, a triple, 5 runs scored. He's got 5 stolen bases, leads the team in stolen bases.
One of those not so common throws lefty, bats righty types.
JT went to DeSales.
Oh, good breaking ball.
Boy, Dick, it doesn't seem all that long ago that we were watching him on the mound for the Canes. Strike
the
2.
sunniest day of our life in Williamsport.
Yeah.
Oh.
The 0-2. Fouled back, and the count stays 0-2. 2 down, runner on third. Bottom of the second inning. And Hellertown up by a 3-0 score, trying to win their 13th game in a row. Outside, 1-2.
Toski does not bite.
Boy, all weekend, Dick, we had the radar gun on every pitch, and I keep looking out to right center field, and it's not there. That ball hit high, should be playable. It will be Stazenko in center field, and John will put it away for the third out of the inning. No runs. There was 1 hit in the inning, no errors, and 1 runner stranded at third base. 2 full in the book. It's Hellertown by a 3-0 score. This is the Blue Mountain League Game of the Week. Welcome back. Are you tired of hearing how easy it is to get a low rate on your insurance, only to find out that you now have no local office to visit or experienced agent to speak with? Wouldn't you prefer to speak face-to-face with your agent and establish a long-term relationship based on mutual trust? If you're looking for experience, personal service, and a choice of quality auto, home, and life products, call the Braun and Turco Insurance Company at 610-797-5828. Formerly the Braun Insurance and Turco Associates, our agents have been providing quality insurance products to the Lehigh Valley area since 1947. They're located at 1501 South 4th Street in Allentown. Why shop anywhere else? Stop by Braun and Turco Insurance today. We move to number 2 in the order, Stazenko, Grinovitsky, and Nicholas. John Stazenko with the only base hit in the ball game for Hellertown, yet they lead by a 3-0 score. They've had 2 unearned runs scored. Stazenko had a chopper down the third. Sewell made a nice play on it, but Stazenko just beat it out. Ball 1.
Other than a home run, Gary, that may be his slowest trip around the bases. Had the infield chopper beaten, was at the tail end while Conrad stealing third, walked over on an error by the left fielder, and then came home with an easy sacrifice fly.
Looks at a fastball there, 1-1 count. There's a chopper down to third, and that'll be a foul ball. The count will be 1-2. Now to Stazenko. Cardinals have struggled with some timely hitting. They just haven't hit the ball very well. They've gotten some decent pitching, and that was a concern before the season started, they thought they might lack a little pitching depth. And Dick, the Royals appear to have all the pieces in place.
Yeah, you saw that in the first inning. You know, you're thinking about a 12-1 team going to show us a display of power and good hitting and behind her and things like that, and here they do it with their feet.
Punch stays alive. Stazenko just reaches out to foul it off and does just that.
You know, we thought we saw everything in that first inning, Gary. 2 runs on only 1 hit. Second inning, they scored another run, this time 0 hits.
Oh, those walks. 2 guys that have walked have scored 2 of the 3 runs. High, playable. Yoder says he's got it on the run. He does put it away. PJ with the catch. Out number 1.
Waited on this pitch. Waits on it nicely, but just gets it too high.
So here's Grinovitsky, struck out in the first, 0 for 1. Strike 1. That's hit hard. That's a solid base hit, maybe in the gap. Grotowski can't get to it. It'll roll to the fence. Heading to second base is Grinovitsky. He'll have himself a stand-up double. Pitch laid right in there, and he took care of business.
Yeah, nice gapper, Gary. Really smoked. You hear it coming off the bat with a loud cling. And he really drives this one into the gap. Finds room between them.
You notice the Blue Mountain League using wooden bats. Last year they had the aluminum. Last year they went to the wooden bats. The year before they were all aluminum. And they switched back, and they have liked the results.
Oh, gets away from him.
Really does, and that'll be an easy stroll for Grinovitsky on the wild pitch. So he is on third with just 1 down.
Yeah, I don't know what he wanted to throw, Gary, but got away from him immediately.
They used to have what was called a slip pitch, but I don't think it looked like that. Good cut at the ball by Nicholas. Strike 1, 1-1.
Nicholas already possesses a sacrifice guy in the game.
Sacrifice RBI, so he's officially 0 for 0 with a dot in the RBI column. In the dirt. Not a great distance behind home plate here. Hard to score on a ball that gets through. Infield is up, trying to stop a 4th run. With Jancarelli on the mound, Dick, every run is big. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Might see the same pitch.
Sigley trying to keep it in the infield. Nicholas trying to get it into the outfield or through.
Nicholas late on that last one, Gary.
Oh, big curve ball. Everybody waiting for the umpire's call.
Softly said ball.
There you look at it. Maybe just a hair outside. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Sigley. Now he has an opportunity to get out of this inning without any damage. Second strikeout of the game.
Put it by him. Same as the second strike pitch.
Ian Burley will step in. He grounded to third to end the first. Notice we don't quite have our normal angles that we like to bring you from straightaway center field and from right behind home plate. Just can't get to those locations here at this field. So it's not the perfect shot that we like to give you, but obviously it's not bad. 2-0. Third base, Grinovitsky, 2 down. Swing and a miss.
Good 2-0 pitch. Didn't come right down the center. get the strike. He made him work for it, went outside and got the curveball.
Burley checks with Scott Clement, the umpire, and see whether or not he swung at a good pitch or a bad pitch. I think he swung at a good pitch. Off the end of the bat, down along the first base line. Error on Carl Nicholas, couldn't play it cleanly, 2-2.
That's one that doesn't go in the book, though.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Carl.
Two-two pitch in the dirt, and the count will go full to Burley.
Burley really crouches up there.
Boy, the good news is no sign of the weather coming in at all. Ground ball, tough play for Badillo. He gets over there, makes a nice pickup. Once he picked it up, it was a foregone conclusion he would get the out. No runs in the inning. There was one hit, no errors, one runner left on base through 2.5. Royals 3, Cardinals nothing. Stay with us. We're back, and it's time for the Starters Pub trivia question of the game. Starters Pub is located at 3731 Route 378 in the Saucon Valley Square Shopping Center next to Regal Cinemas. Starters Pub is a proud sponsor of Blue Mountain League Baseball. Here is the Starters Pub trivia question of the night. Jeff Laporta threw a no-hitter for Hellertown as he threw it. When was the last time a player threw a no-hitter before last Sunday's no-hitter by Hellertown Royals pitcher Jeff Laporta? Do you remember the last Blue Mountain League no-hitter before Jeff Laporta's?
Well, this better not go back to your era.
It does not, Dick. In fact, it really doesn't go back all that far. So if you are a Blue Mountain League fan, you might really remember the answer to that question. Bottom of the third inning, it's batters 9, 1, and 2. Anthony Badillo, Mike Palos, and Andy Pitsillis stepping in. Badillo's first look at Jancarelli, then we'll turn the lineup over and go to the top of the order. Rocky's given up just one base hit. A runner did get the third last inning. He took care of business, and Yoder did not score. Ball one to Badillo. Badillo comes in batting 150 with 3 base hits, all singles. He has scored a run. He does not have an RBI on the season. The count 1-1.
Yeah, that top of the third guard, first time we've seen a chink in the Hellertown armor. Had a man on third and unable to score him with less than 2 out.
That ball punched into left field, but it'll be a foul ball. And Jancarelli ahead in the count, 1-2.
Gotta have it.
Dick, we saw a real good pitching effort last week in our Blue Mountain League game of the week. And
very good game, Gary. Very good game. In threatening weather. That was blue down there. So nice.
Rocky wants that same baseball, so he's willing to wait till they retrieve it from the left field foul area.
1-2.
Baseballs have different feels for a pitcher, and sometimes you hate to get rid of one that feels pretty good. All of a sudden, that wind really kicking up now. Again, a concern about getting this game in, and he's going to K him as Badillo will go down on strikes. That's the second strikeout of the ball game for Jancarelli, and Dick, just a curve that froze him.
Yeah, 2-strike count. He's going to come with his K pitch. Gets the call on the breaking ball. That's that backdoor breaking ball.
So we move to the top of the order. Mike Palos walked in the first and was eliminated on a fielder's choice play by Pitsillis. There's a curve that doesn't break. Ball one. One. We'll have the trivia answer coming your way right after this batter. Once again, who was the last player to throw a no-hitter before Sunday's no-hitter by Jeff Laporta?
Missed the corner. Palos takes a lot of pitches.
Here's the 2-1. And it's 2-2. Can't take any more.
Michael's younger brother did a lot of pitching for Becca soon after Mike got out.
Oh, just off the
There it
outside
is.
part of the plate, and he runs a full count again. So Mike with a good eye. 3-2 pitch. And he's going to get rung up with a good fastball. And Jancarelli just appears to be getting stronger and stronger. Strikeout number 3 by Jancarelli.
2 Ks in a row, both of them the cold variety. You saw it there, got the corner.
Andy Pizzilla steps in. He grounded into a fielder's choice in the first, was left stranded at first base. All right, let's go back to our trivia question. And did you remember? Because this game happened just last year, July 24th, 2006. The Hellertown Royals beat the Lehigh Valley Clippers 9-0. It was Ryan Amy on the mound, and so Hellertown owns the last 2 no-hitters in the league. 1-1 count.
Just went upstairs and evens the count at 1-1.
At the end of the inning, we'll have our Blue Mountain League report of the week. And there's strike 2. So Jancarelli 1 strike away from striking out the sides.
Playing pitch and catch on those corners, Gary.
That ball hit into the gap, but it looks like Stazenko is there. He'll put it away, and a very, very impressive 3rd inning for Jancarelli. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 3 full in the books. We're cruising along, trying to beat the rain. And it's Hellertown 3, and the Cardinals nothing. Visit Grumpy's Barbecue Roadhouse on 3000 Mock Chunk Road in Mechanicsville for the Lehigh Valley's only real wood pit barbecue. Grumpy's features lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday in a family-friendly environment. For the best in ribs, chicken, Cajun-styled foods, steak sandwiches, burgers, and salads, go to Grumpy's. Grumpy's a proud sponsor of the Blue Mountain League. And let's see what's cooking in the Grumpy's Barbecue Roadhouse Blue Mountain League report. There you get a look at the standings. Hellertown with 12 in a row. You see where the Cardinals are sitting. They need to start making a move. And the big events in the last week, the Falcons of Easton, that's the Lafayette Ambassador Falcons, won their first game in Blue Mountain League history. A new team into the league, and they won their first ball game as they beat Bethlehem by a 7-1 score on Saturday. And we already mentioned Jeff Laporta's no-hitter on Sunday, 4-0 over the starters. Dick, right now I'm going to turn it all over to Chris Michael, and he'll carry us through the next 3 innings. Here's Chris.
We get a look at the weather. As Lafayette picked up that first win, Chris, it was number 4 went for Lineport last night, and we'll have Lineport and Lafayette in our feature game next Tuesday.
It's amazing when you look at the standings, just like last week, all the teams that are bunched together. Bethlehem came in just 1 game back in the loss column from 4th place in the standings. Top half of the 4th inning, Brad Weiss will be followed by Scott Nicholas and Chris Connors. Royals leading 3-0. Scoring 2 runs in the first inning and 1 in the second inning. Jason Sigley continuing to work on the mound, and the first pitch is off the plate inside for ball 1. Brad grounded up to shortstop his first time up.
Jancarelli showed us something in that last half inning, kid. Chris, like a 0-0 game. He really took charge of it.
Next pitch misses high. 2 balls and no strikes to Weiss. Sigley has struck out 2 and walked 2, while scattering 2 hits as well. That pitch misses. 3 balls and no strikes to Weiss.
Yeah.
Defense looks up, feels that wind coming in their face, Chris, and keep pleading with that pitcher. No more balls, please.
Yeah, it really has been swirling. 3-0 pitches right down the middle for strike 1. Flag right now is blowing directly in, and a moment ago was blowing directly towards left field. Wind in the 3-1 pitch, and that misses upstairs for ball 4. The 3rd walk issued by Sigley, and another leadoff base runner for the Royals. I'll bring up Scott Nicholas. He walked and scored a run back in the second inning.
Just thinking, I'm wondering here, bunt or not, Chris. You know, they need 4 innings to make this thing official.
Good lead for Weiss, who does not have any steals, and a pitch is high and away. No indication of a bunt that time by Nicholas.
No sacrifice.
He's taking a long look down at his third base coach, though.
See if Sewell charges at third. It's off the grass now.
The stretch, runner stays put, and the pitch misses again outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And Frothenhausler's going to have a word with his pitcher, Sigley, who's a little bit wild here to start the 4th inning.
Yeah, looking back, started the game with a leadoff walk, and Conrad killed him on the bases, advanced to home. Second walk in the 2nd inning to the second batter, also came around to score.
You mentioned a few years ago during a broadcast the unusually high percentage of batters that walk that come in to score. That pitch misses low. 3 balls and no strikes.
7 straight, isn't it?
Around 1 strike, I believe. You got to look at Weiss leading away from first base. And the 3-0 pitch misses inside. That is ball 4. 2nd straight walk issued by Sigley. I've not had bullpen action for either team so far today. And as I say that, we do have someone warming up for the Cardinals. Lefty John Kinsecki.
Chris Connors, second baseman, up safe on the air by the second baseman, his counterpart.
We'll see if he's bunting with runners on, and he's taking all the way, and he takes one right down the middle for strike 1. Certainly Connors would like to move the base runners along at minimum and add a couple more insurance runs. There's, he shows the bunt, waves at it, and misses. No balls and 2 strikes now to Connors.
Not a pure sacrifice, Chris. He didn't show that bunt too early. Base hit on his mind.
Depending on the manager, they may just give a sign, just move that runner along either way. Whether you have to bunt, slap at it, or try to pull the ball. He hits this one the other way to left field. Yoder is calling for it. Takes 2 steps before making the catch, and 1 out as the runners do not advance here in the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah, that 0-2 got him in the hole to get those runners moved up. That one an easy fly to Yoder.
Jeremy Haas will step to the plate, one of 2 Legion-eligible players. The other player, Ron Wentz, had a good report on him, one of the younger pitchers for the Royals. They're trying to work in this year as a reliever. Sigley checks the runners. And the first pitch to Haas is high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Jeremy reached on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning.
Difference between the 2 walks in this inning, Chris, is these are really wild. They're nowhere near the strike zone.
1-0 pitch is there for strike 1. Anthony Badillo, the second baseman, trying to keep Weiss close at second base. One pitch. Took a little off that, but it still misses high. 2 balls and 1 strike.
That has become so successful, especially in the bigs, taking something off a pitch. Get that batter out front, committed.
2-1. Swung on and hit well to center field. Bertotsky going over, but he's not going to have it as it bounces off the fence. Weiss will score. On his heels is Nicholas. The throw will come into second base. On at second with a 2-run double is Jeremy Haas. And the Royals now lead it 5-0 here in the top of the 4th.
Fly ball was playable, but the fence just moved too close. We'll get a shot of that. Ball is lofted. Now here comes the fence. And just, you know, that instant, that impact. 2 score easily.
James Conrad will now be the hitters, and once again, 2 runners walk, 2 runners come in to score. 4 of the 5 runners have reached base on walks. Conrad tried to bunt his way on the last time up and grounded out. He walked back in the first inning and scored a run. That pitch is over. 1 ball and 1 strike to Conrad.
Boy, Gary pegged this guy correctly, Chris. Really befuddles you on the bases.
The 1-1 pitch misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike. John Dzenko waiting on deck. Hit a little chopper that reached base his first time up, and then hit a solid hit that was an out. 2-1 pitch hit the other way into right field. Coming in and making the catch is Washburn. The throw back to second is late, and it skips away, but backed up by the third baseman Sewell. And that will be the second out of the inning for John Dzenko.
I was just going to mention, Conrad is the kind of guy that he's watching Badillo hold that man at second. He'll go to the right. And he does, but it's on a line. Near play at second. Might have had him. Nope.
2 outs now. Runner at second base. And 2 runs in this inning for the Royals. Zigley trying to work his way out of this inning with no further damage, and he gets one right on the outside corner for strike 1.
Dzenko hit that ground ball to third, that high chopper, Baltimore chopper, and then it's fly to left.
Rothenhausler making a nice scoop. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. The 1-1 pitch change up is over for strike 2. You know, the first 3 innings they were playing rugby out in right field. I was going to ask you some rugby questions and try to stump you. And of course they quit right before I came on. Stretched by Sigley, check of the runner, and the 1-2 pitch. Curveball misses high and tight.
Bit of a changeup also. There's an advent in baseball, Chris. The potency of a changeup. What an effective pitch that has become.
2-2 pitch just misses. Now, when I was growing up, you didn't want to admit to throwing a changeup. It was all the slider and the curve, and now
it was a sissy pitch.
Now there's 8 different types of changeups you can throw. Stretched by Sigley, and the 3-2 pitch popped up shallow center field. Bertosky at first didn't see it, but the second baseman Batillo goes out and makes the catch, and that will retire the side in the 4th inning. But a good one for the Royals. They scored twice on 1 hit. No errors, and 1 man left on base. Through 3.5 innings, Royals lead it 5-0. And we'd like to thank one of our fine sponsors, Embassy Bank, for the Lehigh Valley, your home team, delivering its customers' first approach and setting a whole new standard for banking in the Lehigh Valley. As your community bank, we are committed to attentive one-to-one service, innovative customized banking solutions, and local decision making. Embassy Bank, give them a call, 610-882-8800.
We're taking a look at how efficient they have been. I'm referring to Hellertown.
And also want to thank Barry Rutt, Orthopedic Institute. Barry Root, advanced surgical techniques for foot, ankle, and knee deformities, diabetic foot care, including diabetic shoes and custom diabetic fabrication, shockwave therapy for chronic heel and arch pain, and customized lightweight braces for painful foot, ankle, and knee problems by full-time certified doctors on site. Give them a call, 610-821-4950.
Hellertown sporting a 12-1 record, Chris, and they showed us one of the reasons why. Efficiency. 2 runs first inning on 1 hit. 1 run second inning, no hits. 2 runs fourth on 1 hit. Total of 3 hits in the game with 5 runs scored.
And Hellertown's a team, like most good Blue Mountain League teams, they don't hurt themselves. Don't make base running errors. Don't hurt themselves with errors in the field. No surprise, they're off to another great start this year. Bottom half of the 4th inning, Rothenhausler, the catcher, will lead off. He'll be followed by Chris Sewell and Mark Washburn. His team trailing 5-0, and the first pitch sails outside for ball 1.
Roethlisberger lofted one to left field in his only at bat.
Time was called. They throw the pitch anyway, and Rocky throws it a little high, which is a good thing to do. Young pitchers, sometimes you don't want to slam on the brakes because that might hurt your arm by stopping that pitch. I always wondered why pitchers don't take a shot and throw it closer to the batter, though. There's no call anyway. Throw it behind him. Wind up in the 1-0 pitch. That one sails outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
5 in a row retired now by Jim Crowley since that double by Yoder, the only hit.
Kick in the 2-0 pitch. Hit well to left center field. Burley going over towards the line into foul territory, and he'll run out of room.
Saw that late swing, and the result, of course, it faded too.
The wind certainly not helping that ball. It was hit a mile high, and wind helped push it out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Next pitch on the corner. And Jay not happy about that call. Well, catchers are kind of like pitchers. You don't want to argue too much back there. You want to try to get that call in the next half inning. That pitch definitely off the plate. And the count now full.
Jay's still shaking his head about that called strike.
Wind up and the 3-2 pitch. Low and away, ball 4.
Just to the umpire. May I? Oh, leadoff walks.
Second one issued by Rocky today, and Chris Sewell will be the batter. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the first inning. Took something off that as the pitch misses outside.
Obviously, Hellertown looking 2 here.
Sewell came in leading the team with 9 RBI. Next pitch misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And now Brad Weiss will have a word with his pitcher. Mark Nicholas, the third baseman, will come in as well. The official attendance so far is 71 people. All of them who are hungry.
I noticed you didn't announce paid attendance.
I'm sure they would have paid a lot if the refreshment stand was open. What do you say? We were eating bark and leaves earlier. That pitch is over for a strike. Rothenhausler, no stolen bases. Average lead away from first, and a swing and a miss there by Sewell.
Well, whatever you said to him, he got 2 good pitches there.
Throw over to first. Rothenhausler gets back easily. Two-2 pitch. Changeup is popped up. Shallow center field. Connors, the second baseman, going to go out and make the catch. And 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Boy, so good job there. Pitcher and third baseman both went down to cover second. Shortstop also out in that pop-up.
Mentioned Rothenhausler, the catcher, no stolen bases. Just saw a stat a couple weeks ago. The all-time leader for stolen bases in a season, 36. Remember John Wathan?
Yes, yes.
Kansas City. Mark Washburn, the hitter. Check of the runner at first, and Washburn fouls one right at the plate.
Good swing, Washburn. Thought he had his pitch that time.
And Corelli before the game said his fastball and his curveball for the most part has been his best pitches. Although when you have a .0 ERA, everything's got to be working for you. That pitch misses low.
It's another change in baseball. They seldom use the word curve anymore. It's all slider, slider.
Kicking the 1-1. Hit well to left field, but Burley's coming in, and he has this one. Makes the catch for out number 2. Rothenhausler back to first base.
Yeah, he gets this one. But it wasn't, it was a humpback line drive, you know, gave Ian Burley time to get under it.
P.J. Yoder now the hitter. He doubled to left field his last time up. Cardinals wouldn't take advantage of this opportunity. Had a leadoff base runner with the heart of the order up. And Rothenhauser still perched at first base. The stretch in the first pitch is fouled out of play.
Double by Yoder represents the only hit by the Cardinals.
That ball almost made it to the 17th hole. Got rugby out in right field, golf to the left, and softball off the first base side. Next pitch misses high. 1 ball and 1 strike to Yoder.
And Little League up the road, huh? That's the lights aren't on.
One pitch outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. And Corelli stretches, 2-1 pitch is fouled back to the screen. Rocky apparently doesn't care too much about his stats, because before the stats arrived, I asked him, you know, what are some of your numbers? He said, I've thrown about 20 innings or so. I've done all right.
He didn't have to worry about contract talking over it.
No arbiter around here. 2-2 pitch, curveball missed. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and now the catcher will be off with the pitch. Nicholas, the first baseman, now playing off of him. The stretch in the 3-2 misses for ball 4. That's the 3rd walk issued by Jen Corelli. 2 runners on, 2 outs for Scott Thomas.
Yoder stays perfect on the evening. 1 for 1. Scott Thomas ground out to second in his only at bat.
Infield and outfield playing him straight away. Outfielders taking a step or 2 over to their right for the right-handed hitter, and this ball's chopped on the line. Foul ball is the call.
Boy, in their playoff years, Chris, of which there were 2 of them, Thomas was a real offensive star. He carried a heavy load.
You look at the teams that are successful year after year, they have that tradition, they have the older players, and they mix well with the younger players.
Yeah, we said in the pregame that was one of the Hellertown, you know, traditions. It's almost like, you know, your junior high and that stuff, looking up and seeing how it's run in the system. Got the kickoff play.
And back is Rothenhausler. Yoder, the runner at first base. We're told the runner at second base is now Jim Hine, a pinch runner. Chopper foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Thomas.
Thomas to pound it in the dirt on both foul balls.
Correction, and we're told it's Charlie Torres is the runner at second base. And he's getting worn out here running down little choppers that go foul. Count remains 1-2.
Last time Thomas chopped to the right side, this time 3 times. Twice over the third base bag to the outside foul, and once here in the plate.
Check of the runners. The 1-2 pitch again is laced.
Ooh.
Foul down the third base side. And remains 1-2.
Whatever he's throwing, able to get around this at bat.
Yoder's looking around as he comes back to first base. Hey, come on, it's going to rain soon. Stretch, and the 1-2 again is laced foul.
Oh, quite a battle here.
Well, fortunately, we don't worry about pitch counts in these games. More and more, at least at the major league level, managers making decisions based on pitch counts. They hit a magic number and they get pulled. 1-2 again is high.
Rogers comes back from for Detroit tonight. You know, after his injury, and he's talking. Jim Leyland says there will be no pitch count.
2-2 pitch. Hit well to left field. Burley going over towards the line and back towards the fence. And the ball bounces in fair territory. Rothenhausler will score. Coming around and scoring is Yoder. On at second base with a 2-run double is Scott Thomas. And the Cardinals are right back in this ball game as they trail 5-2.
Ball is so high, Chris, and he stayed with that left field line again, right near the line. This ball is so high, runners can both score easily.
Yeah, luckily for them, there was 2 outs.
Just runs out of room. Heads toward that. You see the line right there.
And that's the first hit of the inning. 2 runs have scored, and J.T. Bertosky fouls one out of play.
2 runs have scored, both via the walk.
Bertosky flied out to center field back in the second inning. This ball's ripped down the line, a fair ball. Coming around to score will be Thomas. On his way to second is Bertosky. He rolls in with a stand-up RBI double, and it's now a 5-3 Hellertown lead.
Last 2 hits, Chris, neither one a clunker. Both pulled with authority down that line. This one on the line. Going to get it just inside that third baseline.
It's the first RBI on the season for Bertosky. Now Anthony Badillo will be the hitter. He was called out on strikes his first time up.
Bullpen not active yet.
Outfielders shading Badillo around a couple steps the other way, and the first pitch catches the corner for strike 1.
Badillo got caught looking in the third inning.
Stretch in the 0-1. Dribbled foul, and Badillo's now in the hole, 0-2. Cardinals working the pitcher this inning. Rocky's now thrown 30 pitches. And the 0-2 pitch, curveball dribbled to shortstop. Grinovitsky throws off bounds, but in time to retire the side. But a good inning for the Cardinals as they score 3 times on 2 hits. No errors and 1 left on base. At the end of 4 full, it's 5-3 Hellertown. Caddy Beverage, owned and operated by longtime Blue Mountain League player and current Cardinal Mark Washburn, would like everyone to come out and enjoy the 1-year anniversary celebration at 18 West Ray Street, Catasauqua on June 30th. There will be free giveaways, beer specials, and samplings from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Come out and meet the Coors Light and the Budweiser girls at Caddy Beverage. The sales product, John Kinsecki, on to pitch here in his 2nd game of the year. He's only thrown 1 inning. He's walked 4, struck out 1. He's also hit a batter, has not allowed a hit or a run, and has a 0.0 ERA. So John Kinsecki, the lefty. And the first batter he'll face is Chris Grinovitsky, who doubled his last time up. First pitch is fouled out of play.
A lefty, Mr. Kinsecki.
That is a dangerous backstop behind us. The first couple innings, the ball would hit up, would bounce off the backstop and go right for our cameraman, Glenn Romali, who's up there. Now the last 2 foul balls have gone right to the batters. Here comes the ball right in your picture.
Chris, those weren't foul balls. Those were thrown balls at Glenn Romali.
Thought they had some weird spin on them. And he comes inside and hits Grinovitsky. And another leadoff base runner here to start the 5th. Second hit batsman by Kinseki this year.
Not a walk, but just as bad. Byproduct. Catches him inside, grazes him.
Third time a leadoff Royal has reached base in an inning. Stazenko, actually Mark Nichols steps in, struck out his first time up, and also knocked in a run on a sac fly.
Not one of those runners who reach first base, Chris, as you just indicated, hit the ball.
Grinovitsky, the pretty good lead. He has 5 stolen bases this year as Nichols swings and misses. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count.
Opportunity here to see Kinseki's pickoff move.
That pitch is over. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count. One-two pitch. This is high and tight. The line on Sigley pitched 4 innings, 5 runs. Allowed 3 hits, walked 2, and struck out 2. This ball's popped up on the left side. Sewell in foul territory squeezes it for out number 1. And that will bring up Ian Burley. He's grounded out twice tonight.
Yeah, Burley has not gotten the ball in the air yet.
Secchi checks the runner, and the first pitch over for strike 1.
I think he knew he had his pitch there.
Secchi's 0-1 pitch is over for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Burley. Brad Weiss batting .375 waiting on deck. And time is called, and Kinseki stops his windup.
Little action down the Hellertown bullpen now.
Wind picking up again, blowing from right to left across the field. 0-2 pitch inside and low. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count.
Went to the waist, got it.
John Stazenko is the right-hander warming up in the Hellertown bullpen. 1-2 pitch is hit well to center field. Bertotsky going over. Looks like he has a beat on it. And is called off at the last minute by P.J. Yoder. Long throw to first base, not in time to double off Grinovitsky. But out number 2 here in the 5th.
Boy, it must have been the wind, Chris, because in the outfield, center field is in charge. Wind is definitely carrying this one toward the left. Then he makes the catch. Pretty easy catch.
You're right. It looked like it was tailing back towards Yoder. An easier play for him. Grinovitsky still on at first base now. 2 outs for Brad Weiss. And first pitch from Kinseki misses inside. Weiss reached on a walk and scored a run. Back in the 4th inning. 1-0 pitch, misses inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Grinovitsky, who started the half-inning frame with being hit by a pitch, strained a little bit over there on first so far with 2 down.
Only 2 runners that have reached base via a hit have scored. All the rest have scored on walks. Ground ball up the middle. The second baseman fields it on the shortstop side of the bag and throws out Weiss at first. You don't see that play every day. Badillo cut in front of Patsillas, who was coming over to cover the bag on the stolen base attempt and wound up throwing out the base runner. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Through 4 1/2, it is 5-3 Hellertown. We're going to give you a reminder about Caddy Beverage again and that big event coming up at the end of this month. Mark Washburn, the owner and operator and former or current Blue Mountain League player, would like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy the one-year anniversary celebration at 18 West Race Street in Caddy. And that's on June 30th. There will be free giveaways, beer specials, samplings from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Come out and meet the Coors Light and Budweiser girls. That's June 30th, starting at 10 a.m. at Caddy Beverage at 18 West Race Street in Catasauqua. And we're also going to tell you about Edge Transportation. Door-to-door since '84, Edge Transportation provides same-day and overnight transportation service to New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, the District of Columbia, Virginia, West Virginia, and Connecticut. Edge Transportation, reliable, efficient service. Call 1-800-388-EDGE. That's 1-800-388-3343. Remember, Edge Transportation door-to-door since '84.
You see this two-out play that ended the inning, Chris. Second baseman's going over, as you call it, cover the bag. Well, I'll take it while I'm over here. From medium short, but shortstop side gets the out. Third one of the inning.
Wind continues to pick up. Huge black cloud is now over our heads.
Leadoff. Oh, we're getting sprinkled too, huh? Leadoff hitter Mike Palos hasn't really got a bat in the ball yet, Chris.
Walked and was called out on strikes. The wind in the first pitch as Gincarelli stays on the mound, starting his 5th inning of work, and the first pitch is over for strike 1. That pitch misses low. You got to explain Mike from a baseball standpoint to me. Big guy, yet he steals bases and shows patience. Every year he's one of, if not the league leader in walks.
Michael, a complex individual. He really is. Does a lot of thinking into everything he does. Is that way in the classroom?
1-2 pitch misses outside. He was a great interview. Interviewed him a couple times in high school. He played for the Golden Hawks. Wind up and the 2-2 pitch misses off the plate. And Mike again working the count full.
There go the fans. That was about to erupt.
Big cloud of dust just came right by the stands. 3-2 pitch misses low and away. Palos works another walk. And another leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
So Michael's taken all the pitches thrown his way. Swung at a couple, but it's not yet a fair batted ball.
Andy Pizzilla steps to the plate, flied out to center field his last time up. Palos getting back to first base.
He certainly doesn't get picked off now. From 5-0 shutout to 5-3 game.
He takes off and the ball is in the hole and into right field, a base hit. Palos didn't know where the ball, Palos didn't know where the ball was. So he had to hold on at second base. Pizzillas has a single on at first, and the Cardinals with 2 men on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th.
Good hit run play right here. Second baseman breaking, cover the bag, and just past the outstretched glove.
They'll have a conference on the mound as the tying run is now on at first base, and with the wind swirling and the dark clouds still overhead, it'll become an official game at the end of this half inning. So the Cardinals really want to push a couple across. And as I say that, it looks like there's some lightning in the distance.
First and second, so tying runs on base, Chris.
Rothenhausler, the batter, reached on a walk his last time up and scored a run. He's around a bunt, lays one down, and he bunts it foul. Normally you don't bunt with your 3-hole hitter, but maybe the weather's playing into the decision making here.
Yeah, they're looking at the weather as a factor and going for the tie right here. I tell you, he's going to make the pitcher or catcher feel that ball.
Mark Nichols coming in a couple steps, and the base umpire just spotted the lightning. Joe Shaw making the call and sending everyone back to the dugout. And we will now be in a mandatory delay until when and if we do not see any more lightning tonight.
Why are they delayed? It's 3 hours to go.
And we'll take a break and hope to be back with some better news in just a moment. You're watching Blue Mountain League Baseball on RCN.
Minutes for you, but for us it's been 30 minutes of lightning and now very heavy rain. This ball game has been called on counter rain. It will be a non-game, so we were within 3 outs of ending this baseball game. It was a 5-3 score in favor of the Royals, but the Cardinals had gotten 2 men on with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th. You have to play 5 full to make it an official game. 5 full will not get played here tonight. This will be a non-game. They will play it from the very beginning later on in the season. So our Blue Mountain League game of the week will end as a no decision. We do remind you that we'll be back on the air next Tuesday at 9:30 as we will go visit the Lafayette Ambassador Falcons at Easton High School as they will take on Limeport. So for Chris Michael, Dick Tracy, Chris Popick, and the RCN television team, they're a little damp right now. We'll get them out of the rain. I'm Gary Laubach. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.